Hello! I'm so excited to film this. I used to film loads of Get Ready With Me's and I haven't done for ages, so I'm excited to be filming this. Why do I look so pink? I'm wearing this very extra t-shirt, my other white t-shirt's in the wash. I am getting ready now, even though it's 5 PM, because in a couple of hours I'm doing a live stream on Instagram with one of my friends, Abby, which I'm kind of nervous about, you know. I've never done a live stream before. But so I'm going to put some makeup on for that, and I thought that I might as well film it. This isn't really going to be like a tutorial or anything, it's just going to be me chatting. But if you would like a tutorial, I do have one of those on my channel. I will link it in the description. But I am starting off with primer. I use the Dermalogica Skin Perfect primer. God, it's nearly run out actually. My skin is so bad at the moment. I honestly feel like my skin has not been this bad in years, which doesn't really make any sense because I've come out of London, so there's no pollution. I've been sleeping really well. I haven't really been eating any differently to normal. It's just terrible. So to be honest, I'm really excited to have some makeup on and feel like I look like myself. Let's go for a concealer. I've been using this recently. It's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This was gifted to me ages ago and I never used it. It's so pale and it is like poly filler, but I love it. It's so thick, but it gives you like a really, really smooth like base. On that live stream we are showing, oh my god, it is making me look even more pink just because you can see the difference. On that live stream we are doing a little virtual house tour of our Sims houses, because both Abby and I have been spending copious amounts of times on Sims recently. I've kind of been using it as a way to shut my brain off a little bit in the evenings, because I think when I'm playing Sims I'm not really thinking about anything else, and I used to play a lot as a teenager. Like I remember I literally used to lose like whole weekends to The Sims, but I feel like this lockdown has reverted me back. Oh, I didn't mean to put this on my eyelids, never mind. I feel like this lockdown has reverted me back to all of my old hobbies from when I was like in high school, and it's funny because I don't know, I hadn't really thought about it, but I think I assumed that I'd grown out of those things when actually it's clearly that I just don't have enough time. Like, I've been watching a lot of musicals and enjoying like musical theatre, which I used to love at school, and playing a lot of Sims, and thinking about Disney World. I haven't fallen back into the Justin Bieber obsession, but I'm sure there's still time. The other thing that I have been just obsessing over, and you'll know this if you follow me on Instagram, is just Disney World. Like, I'm so obsessed with Disney World, it actually hurts, and the fact that I can't go there is really upsetting me. I didn't even have a trip planned, but like the fact that it's not an option is really upsetting to me. I've genuinely been considering just getting a job at Disney World once all this is over. I'm sure it's not as easy as that, but and just moving there for a year and working like an Epcot or something and just selling people Disney merch and spending all my free time in Magic Kingdom. The idea is very tempting, but also I think I would be frustrated by like being removed from my life for that long, and also like I've got the flat that I would need to worry about and stuff. So I think if I still want to do that once this lockdown is over, I might try and figure out a way. But I think I need to not make any rash decisions right now. Oh god, I feel so much better just for having foundation on. Right, yeah, I do feel like I'm in need of quite a shake-up. Kind of everything. I'm quite bored of everything at the moment. And I felt that before, and my solution to that was to go and spend a month in LA. And obviously that was booked and I was supposed to be going tomorrow, and I haven't been able to do that, obviously. So now I have to actually think of a way to solve the problem of me being very bored of my life. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm just gonna sit in here and do Sims live streams. It got to the point a few days ago where I had to say to myself that I'm not allowed to play Sims after like 9 p.m. because I started dreaming in Sim. Like all of my dreams looked like The Sims, and this happens to me quite a lot. I don't know whether I'm like about to expose myself, if this is really weird, I can't tell. But I often dream, when I was little I used to play Tetris on the bus, and by little I mean like 14. And then I got really obsessed with Tetris. I've definitely got like an addictive personality. I got really obsessed with Tetris to the point where I played it just like all day, every day and every night. And I used to dream Tetris, like not dream about me playing Tetris, but just dream Tetris. I don't know how else to describe it. Is that normal? But I do the same thing, like I used to be alright at German, and sometimes I would watch TV shows in German or in French, and whenever I did that I would dream in German or in French, like if I watched the TV show and then fell asleep watching it. And I'm realising now that this is a recurring theme. I have very impressionable dreams normally anyway, and actually this is something that I was talking to Megan about. Can you tell that I haven't spoken to a human being in days? I feel like I have not stopped for breath. I've been having some absolutely mental dreams recently though. Has everyone? I feel like that's a thing that I've seen on Twitter, that a lot of people are having really mental dreams at the moment. And I think it's just because everybody's stuck indoors, so their brains are just like, I feel like my brain's got too much free time. Like, why have I done this? I now look really like bottom heavy because I haven't even done my brows. What was I going to say? I keep having really vivid dreams. The other night I had a dream that I was just having a chat with my ex, and like there was nothing special about the dream or the chat. It was literally just a chat, and we were sat on a pier just chatting, and it was so weird because it wasn't like we were just being friendly, but I haven't thought about this person in such a long time, and it was very odd. And I just woke up, not like sad, but just like, well, are you okay in there? You know? I do think I'm a psychic though, but I have always had quite vivid dreams. And something that I often talk to Megan about is the fact that my dreams are always very literal. Like, other than like the games about Tetris. I'm going to do my brows off camera because I just can't cope with the pressure. Okay, I'm back with brows. Yeah, what I mean by my dreams are always quite literal is that they are normally, other than Tetris dreams, about things that could actually happen in real life. They're never like set in space or anything crazy. Whereas I know that some other people really do dream like some crazy stuff, like in abstract worlds and stuff like that, whereas mine are always like set on Earth. Something else that I realised when I was talking to Megan about dreams is that she says that her dreams never have speaking in them. Mine are always very like words based, which I think is really interesting. So yeah, but I used to, and to be honest I still do, think that I'm a bit psychic when it comes to my dreams. Hear me out. So let me think of a couple of examples. I quite often have dreams about things that I couldn't have possibly known were going to happen, and then they did. But never like exactly that. I'm not like that's so Raven. But for example, wait, I need to think about eyeshadow. What am I doing here? How long have I got? Oh, I've got ages. A few years ago, I think it was like 3 years ago now, I had a little tutoring agency where I had written a syllabus, having been a tutor for a few years, and basically I had too many inquiries that I couldn't fulfill, so I would send others out with my syllabus to these lessons, And I would kind of oversee everything with the parents and stuff like that. Like, I'd done a lot of tutoring by this point. I promise this is relevant, even though it does sound a bit dull, but bear with me. So there was this one student on the books who I knew most of the students, or like I'd taught them at some point, or I don't know, like most of them had some sort of connection to me, but this one literally didn't. The call came in, I was already at capacity, and I passed it straight on to one of my other tutors who was fab. But so I never met this boy. So then, out of the blue, I had this dream, and I just realised that this dream does kind of go against what I just said about all my dreams being quite literal. But I had a dream that I went into a house that I'd never seen before, and I was sat in the office, like the study room of this house, which was at the top of the stairs, and in the dream this house that I'd never been to before started filling up with water. And so I was trying to get down the stairs, and I could see the stairs from the study, and I could see that the stairs had been blocked off and were filled with water, and it was a really scary dream because I'm really scared of the sea. And so I remember I woke up really stressed, and I was thinking that's so strange, because normally when I dream about places they are actually real places that I know, but this one was so random because the actual place itself was so vivid. Like, I could remember looking down the stairs, you can see where this is going, I could remember looking down the stairs from the office, but I'd never been there, and I was like, oh, that's really weird. Anyway, got on with the rest of my life, didn't think about it for months, right? This kid was on the books for like, I think a year and a half. We were providing him with the service, and so eventually, and actually he had 2 different tutors in that time too, and I'd still never met him. And then finally he was really coming up to his GCSEs. They were really soon. I think he had like 3 weeks to go, and the tutor that he had unfortunately had some medical problems. So I was like, right, great, I'll teach him. Didn't think anything of it, obviously. I was like, oh, this will be nice. He's one of the only ones that I've never met. Blah, blah, blah. So I arrived at the house, and the kid actually wasn't there yet. So his parents let me in, showed me upstairs to the office, sat me down, talked me through kind of what he'd been doing, but obviously I did already know that because I was the one that was in charge of his lesson plans. And I kind of talked to them about my plan and stuff like that, and then they left me in the room only for a couple of minutes before he got home, and I suddenly realised that it was the house from the dream, and it was just the weirdest feeling in the whole world because I had never been to that house before. I'd never seen pictures of the house, no one had ever described the house to me, but I remember it so vividly. And the thing is, normally with feelings like that, when I'm like, oh my god, I've had a dream about this before, normally I put it down to deja vu. It's only because that particular dream was so horrible that it really stuck in my mind, and obviously it had this specific thing of the water coming up the stairs. So I know that it was that house that I dreamed about, even down to like the colour of the walls and the colour of the carpet, and like it was a grey carpet, and I remember in the dream like the first thing that I noticed was the fact that the grey carpet was becoming like darker grey as it was getting wet, and it was just crazy. And that is just one example of times when I've done that. I had a dream once, it was when I was in sixth form, that I saw a man get hit by a bus, and obviously it was a horrible dream because that's an absolutely horrible thing to see. I'm realising that this only ever happens with my horrible dreams. And I remember that the man was wearing a Christmas jumper. Like a, I don't know what the name of the pattern is, but you know when they're like knitted stripes but with like Christmas patterns? And it was red and white, and he was wearing green trousers. And it wasn't Christmas, it was like summertime, and probably maybe not summertime, maybe like autumn. And I watched him walk straight into the road opposite my school and get hit by a bus. And it was really weird, and I'd never seen this man before, and I remember that dream really vividly because it was so horrible once again. And then a few weeks later I walked out of school and I saw this man standing across the road wearing the Christmas jumper and the green trousers, And I was absolutely terrified because I was so convinced that he was about to get hit by a bus. He didn't, thank God. But like, first of all, why was he wearing a Christmas jumper when it was absolutely nowhere near Christmas? And second of all, how did I know he was going to be there? So the good thing is that whenever I do have these dreams, the actual bad thing never happens. But it's just like weird little details that I know for sure I couldn't have known beforehand that show up in my dreams. And I think that I am a psychic, I really do. My friends would be able to tell you other examples because I do this kind of thing all the time. But the problem is that it means that when I do actually have like horrible dreams, I'm really scared that those things are going to happen. Like I had a dream once that one of my friends was in a plane crash and she was about to come back from holiday. And the whole time she was in the air I was absolutely terrified because I just think, like, I know it sounds really silly, but if sometimes my dreams, things that happen in my dreams happen in real life, then what, you know? What if that happened? And also then I can't figure out like why it happens because I don't really believe in, what's the word, like psychic stuff and things like that. But then it makes me wonder, although I really don't like this topic either, but it makes me wonder about, like, you know how people say that time isn't linear? How have we got here? You know how people say that time isn't linear? I hate that concept. And I don't like to think that it's true because it freaks me out and my brain can't do it. But that's the only explanation I have, like the fact that my brain has maybe already experienced things that happen to me in the future. But I don't like it, you know? I've just done my eyeliner off camera as well because again I can't cope with the pressure of doing it on camera, but it's so uneven. Anyway, I don't even know what this has been. I had no plan for this video at all, but I think I've talked about dreams for most of it. So why don't you tell me one of your dreams in the comments? I would love to read it. I actually am fascinated by dreams. I think they're mental and I love them. And also, if you would like more like chatty get ready with me's, please let me know because this has been really fun to film. And it's nice to, you know, speak. About nothing for a bit. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it so I know that you like this kind of thing, because if you do then I will definitely make more. Subscribe to my channel if you've not already done that. My goal for the year is 10,000 and I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I'm really going to try. And that's all my makeup done. So thank you for joining me today while I did my makeup. I hope that you took something from it. And I think that's everything I have to say, but I would say come and watch the live stream, but it will have already happened for you. But if any of you did watch the live stream, I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll see you very soon.